ALK is so much passionate about cross-cultural missionary programs. It's important to note that God's heart for Africa has been evident since the beginning of the church age. And while millions of people in Africa claim to be Christians, it's important to note that millions of people and groups are totally unreached and are not aware of the difference between religion and salvation through Jesus Christ.
Missions is first and foremost on the mind of God. It's number one priority in the Gospels. So the church around the world needs to have a focus on mission. And if we are going to reach the unreached peoples, if we're going to plant churches in places where churches don't presently exist, we have to think in terms of cross-cultural ministry, of going to those places. And one of the things we have to recognize is that is never a natural thing. It takes great effort, it takes great energy, and it's a learning process.
Our world has become a global village where races, tribes, communities, socio-cultural interest groups and others have filtered and infiltrated our areas of ministry, reaching out to people and serving people from diverse backgrounds, diverse needs and interest groups, and also taking cultural considerations. There cannot be effective ministry or service to communities without taking into consideration that the races are together now, tribes are together, communities are together and mixed in the city. Even near city rural communities are also primarily very mixed up.
The Pentecostal message was first preached in Kenya in 1921. Compassion for the lost has inspired pastors and leaders to preach beyond their tribal groupings and take the gospel of Jesus Christ to the unreached communities in Kenya, which includes Maasai, Samburu, Turukana, Pokot, and Marakwet.
If I was God, I would make it mandatory for every Christian to go on a cross-cultural mission trip at least once in their lives. What it does to you as the goer is it widens your perspective. It gives you a greater view of what the world is like, because all of us live in a pretty narrow tunnel, a pretty small parish where we're at.
The world becomes a better place when we appreciate other cultures. So to rate and to assess cross-cultural ministry in the current times as opposed to previous times, it is quite a significant idea or item. I like to say that in the past we did ministry or provided services to monocultures, one culture. But nowadays, the mixing of races, mixing of peoples from different parts of the world provides such an exposure for diversified ministries.
This program has been designed to give the young pastors and the leaders from different Bible colleges, theological seminaries, and churches from all over the world the opportunity and the platform to practically experience cross-cultural ministry in Africa.
I would like to say that lives get impacted and changed drastically when one is exposed to cross-cultural or multicultural situations. My life was changed and my worldview was highly impacted when I left my community and I went to live outside my community. What I learned and I acquired there, I could never have learned it in my natural habitat.
People recognize that when you make the effort, the time, the money, the energy, the discomfort to go and to be with them, to love them, sometimes to struggle with language and foods that are so different, it tells people that you love them. And just coming is an act of love. It builds and lifts and sometimes gives hope to people.
It is one thing to study cross-cultural ministry and serve within your natives, and it is another thing to practically experience what cross-cultural ministry is all about and serve God in a different culture away from your home and natives. Our desire as ALK is to build church in every 10 kilometers so that we populate the kingdom of God and build an army that will reach the end time.
The work that ANGAZA-LIVES Kenya is doing is so significant because it's exposing not only the people who come from different parts of the world, but it's exposing our young people and our young leaders, giving them opportunities to interact and learn from those coming from outside, and also to influence one another positively. When ANGAZA hosts communities, people from different communities, give them an opportunity to grow, to mature, to learn, to acquire knowledge and information that becomes a vehicle to change their own lives and becomes a vehicle to help others who are learning through ANGAZA programs.
ANGAZA is a group that has a solid foundation. They're people of character. They're people that are entirely committed to the work. They have a lot of tremendous energy and resources to devote not only to just making it workable and practical and comfortable for the groups that are coming, but ANGAZA has what I consider to be even more important, and that's just a heart for the people, to change lives and to see the end result is that Jesus is glorified and young people are touched and changed through whether it's the preaching or the VBS ministry of ANGAZA.